Coach, just considering everything that's happened the last couple of weeks, how's the morale, the mood of the team been these first few days of practice?
The morale's been excellent. The first day, we got them up early. We got them up at 5:15. These kids were ready to go. They showed up early for practice that day. And has everything been pretty at practice? No. But there's been a lot of hard work, a lot of guys out there that really care about each other, care about playing for Penn State, care about going to school here, and the morale's been excellent. Hey, Joe.
Hey, Joe. Could you describe the uncertainty that you felt during the final days before the start of camp as kids were making their decision? And how confident are you that the guys you have now are going to be with you throughout the season?
I try not to live in the world of uncertainty, Joe. I just, I try to take it day by day, situation by situation. I felt very good about our staff and our relationship with our players. I definitely felt like there was a trust there. I knew that there would probably be some guys that left, and I respect those decisions. Those guys made those decisions individually and with their families. And I'm confident that the football team that we have here today is going to stick together.
Bill, after the sanctions were announced, you said you had a plan. You had a plan to move forward in terms of dealing with scholarship restrictions and the other limitations. Can you tell us any more details about that plan, and have you implemented any of that?
No, I'm not getting into the details of that plan. That's between myself, my staff, and our athletic department. I will tell you though that there is a plan. It involves a lot of different areas, and yes, the plan has already taken place. But that's my business, and that's the business of the football team and the football staff and the athletic department here. That's not anybody else's business right now.
Coach, over here. Right over this side. How you doing, Coach? The team seems so close from the outside, and the coaches. Can you talk about how you formed your bond with them and give us some insight as to just how close this team really is, at practice?
Strong relationships are built on trust and honesty and telling the truth. That's where relationships begin, and that's how you strengthen relationships, because you stay true to that principle and those principles. And so these kids, these are fantastic kids. We've got guys that are great students. We've got guys here that love to play football. We've got guys here that have a passion for playing for Penn State. We have guys that understand why we're in the position that we're in, and they're going to help. They're going to help guide us through the next few years, no question about that. And I just, every day you go to work as a head coach, or I can speak for my staff here, we just really enjoy coaching these guys every single day.
Bill, following up on that, can you compare the unity on this team and the effect of the last few months, how that's affected the unity and how that might be able to translate to the field?
Time will tell. Time will tell, Neil. I think that at the end of the day, football is about good execution, playing together as a team, trying to play through the ups and downs in every single game. Don't turn it over. Play good on special teams. Play good on defense. I told the team last night, I said, look, the toughness of our football team will be determined in 3 ways. It'll be the ability to stop the run, it'll be the ability to run the ball, and it'll be our coverage teams, our kickoff cover, our punt cover, our ability to get down there and make the tackle, create turnovers. So unity will have a lot to do with that, but at the end of the day, we've got to go out there and execute and play good football.
Coach, over the last 2 weeks, if you could ballpark, how much of your time was spent trying to keep the roster together, and specifically, what did you do, what did that process include to try and keep these guys on the team?
Again, it was, there were a lot of team meetings. There were a lot of individual conversations that I had with individual players. Those 2 things I'll keep between myself and my team and those individual players. But again, the common phrases are unity, one team, sticking together, commitment, education, 108,000, TV, great weight room, chance to develop as a player. So these were things that we spoke to the team quite a bit about.
Bill, compared to where you guys were in the spring, I guess, what are your observations at a few practices in now with how these guys are kind of grasping your offense? I mean, how did you play football summer?
We had a nice, we had a good staff meeting this morning, and we talked about the fact that these guys are much farther ahead than they were at the end of spring practice, just with the terminology and understanding what we're trying to do. I would say that the defense is a little bit ahead of the offense right now, but that's usually the case in training camp unless Tom Brady's your quarterback. So, you know, we make strides every day offensively, and I think there's flashes where we can be a very consistent offense, but we got to really continue to work the kinks out every single day.
Back right.
Coach O'Brien, could you speak to leadership on this team? Kind of, you know, related to some earlier answers you gave, but we've seen with the players that have come forward publicly and so forth, it wouldn't seem to be a concern of yours.
We have a really strong senior class. That's where it starts. And you can't say enough about our seniors. Hodges, Mowdy, Hill, Zordich, LeBloin, Stankiewicz, Farrell. You cannot say enough about our senior leadership. But then we also have a group of young players, younger players, that, you know, guys that aren't seniors, that I think are really good football players that are also a part of that leadership group. Billy Belton, Adrian Amos, you know, one senior I didn't mention, I should mention in the secondary. Two of them are Stephon Morris and Malcolm Willis. But getting back to that younger group, you know, you got those guys, Donovan Smith, Kyle Carter. You've got good freshman leaders that you can see already in our freshman class. So we've got leaders all the way through the football team, and I think that says a lot about those kids, and we're letting them lead. And that's been good. So it's a strong senior class, but then it trickles down throughout the team.